Yeah, I don't like that red though. Like it looks kind of like it look a little too bright. Come on, Freeman.
I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. As we head towards kickoff, two quarterbacks will be on the field today trying to push their team to victory. It's Ryan's Falcons going up against Flacco's Ravens. With that, let's get you on up to Baltimore as we welcome in our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. We are here on a beautiful afternoon for football. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Atlanta Falcons and the Baltimore Ravens. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Three yards remaining here on 2nd down. Freeman again. He can't bring him down.
Hell, man.
It does work.
Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get
Dude,
him.
hell, man.
And he'll take this all the way down to the 15-yard line. And Freeman, not sure if he was a surprise exactly, but he sure took the NFL by storm.
But when you talk with his team, they'll tell you they saw this coming. They knew he had the talent. They were just ready to turn him loose on a full-time basis, and he took full advantage of it.
And now one of the most electrifying runners in the game today. Here's the offense, and we talk about the tight end, Jacob Tammett.
A lot of people thought of him as simply a safety valve receiver. He can be a primary receiver. Jacob Tammett shows better athleticism than what people expect.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And he'll push his way up to about the 14. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9. And here are the Raven defensive starters.
C.J. Mosley's your prototypical Alabama linebacker. They'll come downhill and smack you, but they understand the game so well.
On 3rd down, Ryan. And this is going to be incomplete. He was looking for Mohamed Sanu there. And it'll be 4th down. The Falcons will call on Matt Bryant for the field goal try. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
They'll come out in the pistol. Here's Justin Forsett, his first carry. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Time to meet the offensive starters, and time for us to introduce you. You already know him, but Justin Forsett.
His face goes on the poster of those who just need an opportunity. A backup for much of his career. Once he received the chance to be a #1 runner, he's taken it and moved on fast.
And here now the defensive starters for Atlanta.
Robert Alford is another corner who has a lot of versatility. He can go out and cover the tallest wide receivers and work inside against the shifty slot receivers.
Hard throw, incomplete.
I'm not sure we can spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
That's the defense, man.
So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Fighting him off.
Just ran right through the trash.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt.
Y'all fake it?
And it'll
Y'all
be
fake
Falcon
punt?
football as they take possession. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves? Now, that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a 1st down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
Ooh, if I press Y. Ooh, if I press Y.
Trying to get that in the hands of Devontae Freeman that time.
All right, you're going to deep ball to Julio.
From the gun on 3rd down, Ryan. This is brought in by Hardy. A gain of 19 in picking up the 1st.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Off the corner, where'd he come from? Well, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see. Most of the time, we're thinking...
Ryan hit, and he lost the football.
Jesus, they gave me Williams, man.
So
Jesus, they gave me Williams.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Ryan, flush to his right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith.
Okay, it's very simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield. I think it's intercepted.
On 1st down, this is Forsett, and he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Grady Jarrett with the tackle. Kind of running there at your own risk against that 4-3 and that big line, aren't you?
Yeah, and I don't really run it against a good 4-3 team that well because I've got to get those guys on the move a little bit. If you're a static running team, meaning you just want to run it in the middle, you may have some trouble against good defensive tackles. That's what we just saw on that play. No gain.
Flacco looks to throw, and he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. 3rd down, Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. Escaping the... And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this 1st quarter. 2nd quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. It's the Ravens who have the football. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation.
Yeah, nobody else. I wasn't thinking about that. Yeah, nobody else. Should do it with.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Now this is fielded in the end zone. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. So out come the Falcons now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive? Or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Again, they'll run with Freeman. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they
ain't got nobody on y'all defensive line, man.
How many times do we say
got
this
no
game is
defensive line, bro?
speed kills?
I said, y'all ain't got no
So
defensive
many
line,
different
man.
ways. In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
And Charles, switching gears for a moment, looking back at the past week, obviously the story that kind of stole the headlines was Bradford going to the Vikings with Bridgewater out. What did you think of that whole deal?
Well, the Vikings have a team that they feel is built
with it, I know it can't be that hard. Oh, bro.
Right now.
Oh, they
and they don't want that window to close. And with Teddy Bridgewater's injury, they wanted an experienced guy who's won games in the league to take over their team right here, right now. So they went out and made the deal. A lot of people would say that they gave up too much. But when you're contending and thinking you can win a Super Bowl, that price may not be too high. And for the Eagles, Carson Wentz was their future anyway. They just decided the future was now.
Get this.
They come out here in the eye. Now it's Flacco. It's caught. It's Dennis Pitta. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll be third down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Fresh set of downs here. Flacco gives to Forsett, and he'll get this one down to about the 27. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2, and that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Forsett. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Again, we'll see the pistol here. To pass, Flacco. And that's caught by Smith. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Another pistol look here. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Rolling to his right. And he just throws this one away.
He's looking at
Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. They'll give him a yard on the play, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
This will be caught just inside the 10. 5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there, and they rallied and made the tackle.
Appreciate it.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the Ravens strike first. It 3's him. And we were scoreless up until this point in the second quarter. Now we finally have a little action.
Let's see where this action takes us. First quarter, no points at all. Now we've got our first score of the game. Well, does that signal that we're going to get more as we go along? Or will it revert back to what we saw in the beginning of the game?
Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
And it's complete to Jacob Tamme. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Looking deep downfield, and it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they dropped it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt. When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
On third down, Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And for Julio Jones, we'll still have to keep an eye on his ankle. Remember, August 26 in the preseason game in Orlando, he tweaked it, but they're saying he's full go for the regular season.
All I've heard is that he's rehabbed very well. Atlanta's been cautious with him going forward. They expect to turn him loose in the season opener, and let's face it, you have to. Julio Jones is a true #1 receiver in the NFL. He takes on double teams, finds ways to get open, and competes for the ball so well downfield, he usually comes up with it.
Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Final play of the half. It's Ryan. And that is incomplete. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show him one thing, hit him with something else.
And he'll come it out to the sideline.
There we go.
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
Man,
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae
and he hold
Freeman.
on to the ball.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That was a really nice play, be able to stack that one up. But they get back in the huddle. He's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. So following the run, we'll see what they do here on 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Ryan. He's going to let this one. That's caught at the 25.
Throw it up, man. Get a little
A gain of 39 that time. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman.
What Freeman rate? He like a 90 something.
Yards, and the Falcons are in for 6.
That's okay.
So he missed his lone field goal try, but he's got this one as that extends their lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together.
Another Julio.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the biggest mistakes will win. But the only reason that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
I don't get it, because like, when I play people online, man, these niggas don't, the line don't be looking this bad.
2nd down, Flacco now. Underneath, he hits for Seth. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Taking on the midfield logo. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive, as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. Freeman, the lone man in the backfield. And he'll get it up the middle. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Now Ryan on 2nd down. Sanu with a grab over the middle. And he's brought down. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
Let's see if they can convert here on 3rd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down after a minimal pickup, and that will take us to the end of quarter number 3. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the fourth. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. They'll run it. Freeman.
Nope.
Neither the touchdown nor the first down. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close,
you gotta
feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it.
Got nobody, bro. We
can't
can't
creep in and affect their play.
Dumps it off to Forsett. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. It's an 8-yard
nobody
pickup,
on
and it'll make it a second down.
Come on, man.
They're going to speed things
How
up
old these
here.
folks, man?
Well, clearly one of his advantages
How old these
is
folks, man?
his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
It'll wind up being stopped for no gain, and it'll lead to a fourth down. So they go pass on 3rd and 2. They complete it, but no gain. Should they have tried to run it?
I thought that running the ball in that situation is what they would have done, because at worst case scenario, you may bring up a 4th down decision for your team. Instead, now, they're not close to the first down.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. And now before this 4th and 2 play comes to fruition, they're going to think about it and call a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The offense
man, out. Boy, enjoy this while you can. Enjoy this while you can. God, enjoy this while you can.
They'll run for it with West.
God, enjoy this while you can, man. Enjoy this while you can, man. Enjoy this. I swear to God, bro. I'm telling you, whenever this shit go over, get up whatever they doing, bro. I swear, bro. It's rap. It's rap.
And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4th, turned it over in their own territory. But the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
Enjoy it while you can, man. Play me as much as you can.
Play
me as much as you can.
That was planned.
Please play
going
me as much
into
as you
it,
can.
not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch back to be up over here on my own side.
We'll see what his offense can do.
I ain't tripping on. That's y'all defense, man. Falcons did not have a good defense last year. I don't know how they just got these boys just doing what they're doing. Ooh, that was pissing me off. That's what be pissing me off, man.
He was looking for his tight end, Jacob Tammy, there. And that's going to bring up the 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
On the return, the old reliable Devin Hester, the veteran. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we're
He's still right to him, man. Oh, dude. He's still right to him.
And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'll I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the three-point kicker. Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, you're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super toe.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. So his 2nd field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 yards with a new rule as he's taken down right at the 20-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And last time, 1-play interceptions, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback.
The crazy part about it, like, when I play you,
and let him fling it over.
Well, in the franchise, I'd be going through stuff like this, but like just average games, though. I mean,
10 yards still left on 2nd down.
I don't do stuff like that.
Flacco to throw. He's going to let it fly. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on. 3rd down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there.
Yeah, I got to
big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Here's Flacco. And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete. A 3rd down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, and that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
And they're going to come up empty here on 4th down. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Getting down to the end here, they have a 2-score lead. Barely, but it's a 2-score lead, so that probably makes you as a coach feel a lot more comfortable right now, doesn't it, Charles?
It does.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack.
Your line ain't as good.
Have to be able to get rid of
You
the
might
ball
have.
sooner than that.
You have to have your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job.
Nah, it's too many. You can't challenge under 2 minutes.
But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
And the offense looking to pick up the 1st down after the 2nd down incompletion. Throwing now is Ryan. Going for it all. And that is caught. Touchdown.
Both of y'all over there ain't going to do that.
Julio
Just
Jones.
threw it up, man. That's all it is.
29 yards. And the
threw it up.
Falcons will extend their lead.
Both of y'all over there.
Well, it'd be real
Both
easy
of y'all
to say
over
that they
there,
are
man.
firmly in control right now, but I'm looking
Man,
at
enjoy
your
this
feet,
trip.
so I'm
Enjoy
thinking
this
I gotta
trip.
be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score
This ain't- I
game
remember
here
this. I
inside
remember
2
this.
minutes. I
I'm
think you
definitely
can
remember
breathe
that.
relatively easily now.
Yeah,
And
you
let's
can,
see.
but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge.
Y'all getting it up. We ain't getting it up.
Call. He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again.
But y'all can do that on just collide with, man. That's all I'm saying,
they're
man.
in a groove right now. And they want to get out
collide
there.
with, man.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go around.
We going to Julio. We on the way.
Now Freeman, he's been busy today. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on that one. Is it?
I don't know. You might be one of the roster. I don't know. They give me another roster update. I lost.
Plenty of
You
carries
won,
all
so I
out
don't know.
there.
It might.
Every now and then the defense is
Yeah,
going to
we
win
gonna
one,
see.
but I don't think they'll
We
shy
gonna
away
see.
from handing it to him the rest of the game.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
They decided to air it out a little bit on that play, take a shot downfield, but the coverage was really nice.
Ain't like my line
Able to
just
get a
beat
hand in and tip it away.
Oh, it's a wobbler here. That's pulled in at the 32. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We run those.
What they do here in this last sequence. So the offense now dealing with a 2nd and 7.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything.
Forsett hit. He lost the football.
And everything. Maybe do better on the road.
Well, certainly a tough loss here, but they've got to move on. I mean, you have another opponent next week. You dwell on this one, it hurts you the following week.
That's where the 24-hour rule comes into play, win or lose for all teams. Either enjoy the win for 24 or reflect on the loss for 24, then put it aside and move forward.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. From Baltimore, so long, everybody.
Well, what you got, red top or you got black top? All right, yeah, all right.
everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. We've got a good one on tap today, and there's going to be two quarterbacks ready to get it done on the gridiron. It's Flacco's Ravens going up against Ryan's Falcons. With that, let's send you to Atlanta now, where Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis are on the call.
Thank you very much, Larry. You are looking live at the Georgia Dome here in downtown Atlanta. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Baltimore Ravens and the Atlanta Falcons. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on his first drive. Instead, 2nd down. All right, let's look at the offense. Devontae Freeman, this is a guy that you wanted to talk about, so take it away.
Brandon, have you seen a running back play with such joy as well as such fury? I love the way he runs the football and attacks defenses.
Second and 10 now. Ryan. He's going to look deep down the field. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. The starters now defensively for Baltimore.
Jimmy Smith looks like the corners that you want coming into the league now. Long, ability to play the football in the air. Terrific cover guy.
He's going to let it go again. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
I know exactly why he tried to throw the ball to Julio Jones there. He's never considered covered. He's either too fast or too strong. You always try and get it to him.
You get about
Especially on those
maybe that was it.
And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. They'll come out in the pistol. First carry for Justin Forsett. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
I thought guys that were over 30 weren't supposed to run the football this well in the National Football League. How about that veteran leadership, a big-time run, combined with some nice blocking by his offensive line, showing that the ins and outs of being a veteran still has his place in this league. His odometer is not totally turned over yet.
Now a hit, and Flacco drops the football. It's loose. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it?
He got picked up, though.
Watching teams play, the ball might be on the ground a number
Did
of
he get
times
picked up?
during
He's
the
the one
game,
that got picked
but
up.
the other team
Somebody
doesn't
picked
get
him up.
it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this
But
case, they were able to retain
the corner
possession.
didn't hit him, though. Did the corner hit him? Really?
A break from the ground game here. Flacco.
Man,
He'll
come
set
right
up the
through the
screen for
phases.
Forsett. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
You're crediting your defense.
Gotta credit them on that one because they tried to fool him, right? Tried to trick him. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
I ain't did screens since 15. I couldn't do it last year. I ain't run no screen. I ain't do no screen. I ain't do no screen.
Now on 3rd.
I ain't do no screen last year.
3rd and long for Joe Flacco. And that's caught.
Oh, he caught it. He caught it.
A gain of 26
He
on
caught
the
it.
3rd
I
down
don't know why he caught it.
conversion.
We ain't gonna do
Well, the
shit
advantage
with it.
certainly shifted to the defense as we began that 3rd down play, and they
I don't
found
know
a
why
way
he
to
cut it,
foil
bro.
it and pick up a first down.
Third time's a charm, right? 2 incompletions. Had to have it on third, and they got it.
Yeah, they stuck with it, weren't daunted at all, and picked it up.
Back to the ground attack now. This is Forsett. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. This offense can be flashy at times, and a big reason for that is Perryman.
I like the way you use the word big, because that's exactly what Brashad Perryman is. A big receiver with a ton of speed. Runs so well, yet that strength downfield really confounds defensive backs. Is it okay if I tell you I played against his dad in college?
Well, I'm just impressed that you weren't confounded into the
free
broadcast.
in there.
I'm impressed I'm still
Free in there,
because
bro.
I played against his dad in college.
He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
I would not want to be an offensive lineman in today's NFL, especially not a center or a guard, if you got to deal with these massive defensive tackles who could not just beat you with strength, but they can beat you with quickness and guile as well. They can get upfield and make plays. And a lot of times what they're taught, just go ahead and tackle everyone that comes in your area and keep the run with the ball.
23 yards on the play.
Love the call by the offensive coordinator, recognizing the situation very well, calling for the play-action pass and completing
Do
it.
that run pass. Once called, be helping you do that.
In the red zone this time.
You know, defense just say like run pass, like stop the outside run, stop the inside run.
Now a carry here for Terrence West.
You be picking them.
So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much damage.
But I can't pick my.
He's brought
Huh?
down. The starting defense for the Falcons.
When you see Brooks Reed going after the quarterback and you see that hair trailing out from under his helmet, look out.
Flacco here on 2nd down. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Terrence West from 4 yards out. And the Ravens have taken the early lead.
Okay.
And the Ravens lead at 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken near the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive.
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity.
Technically, we
big happened, but then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Well, there they went blitz defensively, Charles, and things were paved well coming from the linebacker position.
I love the way that you described it, paved well. Oftentimes, the guy who gets home on the blitz, he's going to get all the credit, but his teammates did all...
And that's caught inside the 35. A big play there, Ryan to Jones, and even 40 yards. And now a first down following that long gain. They'll throw on first down with Ryan. He's going to go up. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones, 31 yards. Now the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game.
And partner, is there anything Julio Jones can't do on the football field? Did you see that catch? That was one-handed, right? I did see that with my own eyes,
You
right?
saw it correct.
Okay, I know we watched him practice it. We know he does it in a pregame routine. But still, to do it in the heat of competition, being defended, phenomenal.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And the Ravens taking the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
The drive begins with a run by Forsett. And he's brought down. 11 yards on the pickup, and that'll be good for Baltimore first.
Oh, you're a little man-to-man there. All
right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed, and he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. First and 10 here for Flacco. Quick hitter here, it's complete. It's a gain of 17 that time.
I know we're supposed to be neutral, but it's always great to see a young man return from injury, and Brashad Perriman lost his whole rookie season due to that. Seeing him back out in the field, that's fantastic.
Yep, caught a couple passes. He's played college ball down in your neck of the woods. He played at UCF in Orlando.
Yes, he did. And his father played at the University of Miami, and I played against his dad in college.
It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
On second down for Seth. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. They get just a yard back there, and now they'll be looking at a tough 3rd and 15.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert.
Based on this logic, y'all in cruise
of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
To pass, Flacco. Well, it's caught on the right side at Smith. And he will have the first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. And this one's incomplete.
Damn, bro. Damn, bro. God. There.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. 3rd down. Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. And this is going to be caught. No, they say it's
he can't nobody tap their toes,
tapping those toes. He tried to get both inbounds. He could not do it, though.
In tap dance parlance, could not complete the shuffle. All right, needed to get that shuffle down with both feet, not just one.
Is that what they say?
There it is. You know, put a little sand down on the stage.
I'll take your word for it, my man. They're going to look to throw on 4th with Flacco. And it's brought in by Pitta. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks.
We always talk about big-time players make big-time plays in big-time moments. I think that 4th down qualified.
That was defense, man. I don't know what it ain't. I don't know if it's all man or y'all defense. I don't know what it is.
But not a huge game there as we head towards the
y'all didn't have a good year last year. So I don't know how this defense just be
after the timeout.
Shutting me down like this.
Huh? We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout.
That wasn't fast last year. Who y'all added different? Oh, man, he probably would have picked him up. Who y'all added? Who y'all added this thing?
9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense.
He a lineman. He a defensive lineman.
Flacco for Sam. Muscles him off. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. Calling a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it.
It don't be him. What, you got him on the line? It's the line. I'm talking about the line. I'm talking about the line. The line like the line.
That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down. You're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
They don't give him a man-to-man. We got to beat that.
Again, we'll see the pistol here. 3rd down, Flacco from the gun. This will be caught at about the 6. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play. Run.
Now a hit, and Flacco
of course, bro. Of course.
It's loose.
Of course, bro. I won't even be surprised, bro. I won't even be surprised, man. Where the game been going, bro?
Cut back to the left.
Where this game been going, man? I won't even be surprised, man. That's bullshit, man. That's bullshit, man. He was humble, man.
Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more.
He got
for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line.
I'm just trying to understand their logic while y'all balling like this. I'm just trying to, because, okay, we were bad, but y'all, we were about the same.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kicks
We ain't had no good year. Y'all ain't had no good year.
return.
I think we had a better year than
That'll be
y'all.
taken in the
Y'all won like 5 games. Y'all won like 5 games. We went undefeated in preseason, and we won like 6, 7 games still. That's still bad. I'm just trying to
get set to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
I'm just trying to understand their logic on how y'all.
Right? You just mentioned it. They're
beasting
down.
like
They're
this.
trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here. Well, partner, I guess that answers the question about whether they're going to sit on it or not.
It does. Now we'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, I think what we find on plays like that, when you take that shot, if you're unsuccessful, then you go way more conservative to finish the half, you know? I think that's the way they'll go.
They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. And that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the 1st down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And a fair catch called for and taken right on the midfield stripe. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And possession will change here with very little time remaining until halftime. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts, because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side, as we just saw.
One second, plus you get 1 second. I swear, bro, you got it. You put, boy, I'm telling you, something gonna get there. I'm gonna get a break sooner or later.
When they get into
I'm gonna get a break.
They're going to want to know
get a break.
Where was the breakdown?
I'm going to get a break. I'm going to get a break. You short.
And that is not going to get there.
You going to get it. I'm going to get a break, man. I'm going to get a break. I don't know when, but I'm going to get a break.
So 2 quarters down, 2
Jesus,
remain.
Man.
Charles and I return after the break. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 yards with a new rule as he's taken down right at the 20-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense.
Never fumbled on a quarterback sneak last year.
They're down here, but
never
quarterback. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason.
You gonna fumble? You gonna fumble off quarterback?
They want to stay positive, stay up with this team.
I fumble. I just fumble.
Starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
I know we had a bad year. I I knew that.
Let's see if the defense tries.
They didn't have no good year either, so I'm just that's the only thing that tripped me out.
Operating out
No,
the gun.
that's all I'm
Flacco.
saying,
He hits West underneath. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Call it a gain of 5. And it'll be 4th down. Here's Sam Cook now, as he'll punt it away for the second time.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. And quickly, they get to the line. Ryan. And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
On third down, Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And a gain there of 11 yards.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. And he'll get it down here to the 43. It's a gain of 5, and that'll make this a second down. A little tough on the secondary there, in zone defensively. Quarterback had time to survey and find a spot.
And if you want to change things up and put a little more pressure on him, you can go to man coverage. Everyone matches up and send more pressure. But you can also do it out of zone coverage if you're worried about what's going to happen on your back end. Send someone else, drop someone else out of the line. The old zone blitz could come into play to try and get that pressure on the quarterback.
The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver, and that's going to make it 4th down.
I know the initial focus was on how far that pass was downfield, but how about the coverage on the play? Able to stay with him, get his hands where the receiver's hands were going to try and catch the ball, tips it up in the air, and knocks it away.
And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
Man, come on, Chuck. I'm looking at your defense. I'm looking at everybody who be on the line. Y'all ain't got nobody at 80. Y'all ain't got nobody. Okay, y'all got one fast person. Beast don't even be. Beast be out there in coverage. Oh, y'all got the right Freeney. Oh, y'all got the white Freeney. I guess you got the right Freeney is 70. I don't get it, bro. I don't get it. I just don't get it. I'm lost. I'm completely lost. I ain't saying you ain't supposed to be getting in there. I'm not saying that. But damn it, we supposed to be doing something. A little bit something, man. Yeah.
Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do?
You're doing better what you're doing, man.
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked so well, and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area. I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
It's a four-receiver look to the right side. Flacco from the gun. And he finds his man, Kamar Aiken. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Out of the pistol.
Come on, bro. Come on. I just saw y'all land, man. I just saw y'all land, bro. Come on, man. Come on, man. I just saw y'all land. Ain't nobody in there even getting off like that, man. You know, 70s and 75. But come on, man. Come on, man. I know I line. Okay, I guess I line trash. I get away something. I line trash.
Second down, Flacco now. And hauled in by Bill. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
I'm looking at y'all laughing. Y'all ain't got that kind of personality. You doing it consistently all game.
When we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes.
Consistently all game. Like, come on.
Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
He's getting off the line like it ain't nothing.
With a 2nd and 3. Back now in Atlanta. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the 4th. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Flacco here on 2nd down. Firing quickly.
Oh, my God, 88. Damn, pick him up, man.
11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
They look to throw on 1st and 10 with Flacco. Smith catches left side. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. So the offense readies for a 2nd and 4.
Yeah, because you can't throw down the field one thing, really.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
And they'll get him down right about the 20. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
When the 4-3 defense is functioning really well, you know who stays what we call clean and no one gets to him? The guy playing the middle linebacker position, the guy we call Mike. That means the defensive front is eating up all the blocks and just let him go to the football and make a play.
His throw caught right around the 6. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. They're going to hurry back to the line now. From the 4-yard line, it's 1st and goal now. They'll run with 4 and they'll get him down just shy of the goal line.
Yeah, got him all in there, but still, man, y'all niggas just like warping off my people like that, man.
Very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted...
And he'll get in. Touchdown.
Appreciate it, Flacco.
Joe Flacco, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. And he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point.
That sums up me against you today. This sums up me against you today right there.
Following the touchdown.
That sums up me against you today. Right there.
This is taken near the 13.
Better this guy.
And they're going to start this drive
on the 1 yard.
as they get it up past the 30. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. And he escaped the pressure. Ryan goes down.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there.
Nowhere
to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
On 2nd down, Ryan getting it out left side to Sanu. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. And this time they go underneath for a simple pitch and catch.
And not only do you get the pitch and catch, Brandon, but you're able to keep the receiver moving when you hit him with the drag route.
time for a
John Cena
break.
automatically get a.
We're back to see what happens after this.
Okay, I sound like you now. We sound like you now. How did John Cena get automatically? They better not let Cena win the belt, man. They better not get it. I don't know. He might not win. He might win. He better not win the belt. You can't have the belt for a year. I mean, for a month, man. He ain't even been there.
Going up top.
He ain't even been there, man.
Contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
I don't think. Oh, I
big
got to
play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
I got to say,
Here's Matt Bosher now.
Not like that. He just got the belt.
For Atlanta.
He just got the belt, bro. He can't. No, he can't. He no. Y'all gave that belt to sorry Dean Ambrose for 2 months. He trash. I don't know why for. I be watching the little wrestling views.
And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down
I watched a little review and
the
stuff, man. The white folk lose.
Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession.
I try to get on with the violence, man. That ain't for me.
Still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital.
You don't have
back out on the field, punch in the end zone again. They know it's not easy.
He don't act like a crazy, like he don't.
Going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, we gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. He's got a man. It's his fullback. Give him 18 on that one. And it's good enough for a Baltimore 1st down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. On the counter, it's Forsett. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
He's got his tight end on the
corner. No. This ain't Madden 17. So. 16. St. Madden 16. I gotta make the field goal, bro. I gotta make the field goal.
Here's Forsett. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They stay on the ground. Forsett again.
Running back.
The Falcons going to use another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
And that was a nice play by the defense, and it is tough to be an offensive lineman nowadays, especially if you're dealing with how the defensive tackles have evolved. Their quickness, their agility, their speed has changed the big guys in the middle, the center, and the offensive guards. Formerly, they were just
freaking line, man.
Now,
freaking defensive line is ridiculous.
Timeout called by the defense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And Tucker's kick right there, it's good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charlie?
Oh, yeah, that game slide. There we go. Slide. Whittle. There we go. There we go. Came to the dome. That was what we had to go on the road. Had to go on the road to get it done.
The clock cannot be stopped. Your defense can't do anything. So,
oh, my God, man. That should be stressing my brain out.
Winning situations each and every week. Victory formation. Take a knee and go on and celebrate.
Call it a victory.
So Cena versus
Styles. It's a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
He's not going to come back and win the belt. You better not come back and win that. They're going to boo. They're going to be so mad.
The good thing about that is maybe next time you're in a nail-biter in the fourth quarter, you have a little more confidence.
Yeah, you're talking about your memory muscles, right? When you win those close ones, you have that confident feeling that you can continue to do so every time you're in that position.
Now, that said, you would rather win by 60 points, or do you like the close ones, too?
Well, I think everyone would rather win by 60. It's comfortable. Everyone gets to play. But when you win those nail-biters, dinner tastes just a little bit better that night.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. Till next time, we say so long from Atlanta.
Bass and stills in the building, flash the camera. I'ma drop the hammer. Things done changed, the hip-hop sizzle and Bobby out the slammer. Hip-hop start on the East Coast and then move west down to Bama. I'ma bring it back to New York, photos, then throw your hands up. Pass me a cup of in the club with the juice in the get bent out. Then I'ma slide with it to my body and head up to my penthouse. Oh, I'm not trying to take it slow. Working hard, cake and dough. Open up 24, we striving for that goal. I'll stop for nothing, I will play this game that's so easily started, not so easily parted. Giants, everything is shaking through the walls. We are giants. CNN, this is ghetto editorial. See me like milk and Oreos. Dipped inside the audio, platinum plaques in my portfolio. My lines are finest, they blow your mind like you can do what you wanna do, whether group or solo. Boston cold with a bowl of chili, summer cheesesteak on the roll in Philly. I'm a patriot, don't do a hatred. If you make that beef, I'll smack you silly. Back on up on this, before you with this, you better watch jumping off the building of this. Oh, got the heat up the show, face up the thermometer. I'm gonna take full control. Hey Paul, let him know. I'll stop for nothing, I will play this game that's so easily started, not so easily parted. Giants, everything is shaking through the walls. We are giants.
What color you want? I got all black with it. All right. Nah, we broadcast the whole time. It was going. It been the first two. It was the first two. They see that low? As if ain't nobody watching it right now. Ain't nobody doing the thing. Somebody was watching it. They logged off. They came out.
For the average team, CFOs are after cream. GMOs extracting genes with everyone on my team. Madden 17 on EA Sports. Anticipation is mounting for today's game. We've got two quarterbacks looking to make an impact. It's Ryan's Falcons going up against Flacco's Ravens. With that, let's get you on up to Baltimore as we welcome in our commentary team of Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. We are here on a beautiful afternoon for football. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Atlanta Falcons and the Baltimore Ravens.
That's man. Yeah. They've been broken the whole time. Like once it started, just keep going. All you gotta do it one time.
First carry for the tailback, Devontae Freeman. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. A glance at the starting unit. Julio Jones, a threat on the outside, of course.
Combines great athleticism, incredible speed, and a whole lot of toughness to be one of the better receivers in the NFL.
On 2nd down, here's Ryan. It's hauled in by Hardy. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And this defensive line will be looking to control the point of attack.
And that's what they've done throughout this season. This is a terrific unit. They play together very, very well, and they don't permit big plays to happen.
From the gun on 3rd down, Ryan. Eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
And him running the football is not something that defenses spend a lot of time preparing for. But this guy has a survival instinct and a knack for knowing when exactly to do it.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. Here we go on 4th down with Ryan. This is brought in by Hardy. 4 yards on the pickup, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on, or they're trying to show
Get on the yard like last game.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain could look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
Now the pitch to Freeman. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end, in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Ryan now to throw on 3rd down. Into double coverage, and it's
intercepted.
Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of.
Oh, my God, Jeremy.
You see what results.
Oh, my God, bro.
It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
Going through the sideline.
And a look at the offense that is hoping to put some points up in bunches here in this one. 2nd down now after the pass completion. Now a run with Forsett, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. And a look at the defense now. Now Flacco. Caught. Dennis Pitt.
I got one.
They'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Would have been a decently long field goal, 51 yards from here, but instead they're going to go for it. This is West, and he gets it to the 32, good enough for a first down. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks.
Try to get a W.
Less than a minute to go here in a scoreless first quarter to this point. They look to throw on 1st and 10 with Flacco. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Incomplete on 1st down. Now Flacco on 2nd. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he's brought down. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. First and 10, and Flacco looking to throw. To the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
All right, say it with me now. There's a lot of different words we come up with. Maybe we go back and forth after that play, getting his toes tapped down to make that catch. Crafty?
Yep.
Wily? Oh, definitely.
All the veteran names?
You name it. Has every move in the book and continued to get better throughout his career so he can make that type of a catch.
Flacco will take to the air again, and he fires one incomplete.
They tried to make something happen, but that one came up incomplete and really wasn't a good-looking throw.
Yeah, maybe even go as far as to call that a little ill-advised.
Yeah, I would say so. I think that's the right phrase for it. Definitely ill-advised. Just wonder about his mechanics right now, you know, and that's the tough part. You do so much stuff in practice to make it repetitive, but it has to repeat under pressure, whether it's pressure from the defense or just the pressure.
And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return will stop him well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
For those who watch the game and want to question the courage of the guys who play on the corner, how about when you see a toss sweep coming your way, yet you still go into the backfield, get past the blocker.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Gerard Powers. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? So they're operating in the red zone. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Now a handoff left. It's Forsett. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Throwing here on 1st down. Flacco. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. And a pretty simple completion there underneath, but a successful one for the offense.
Partner, it doesn't have to be the big shots downfield all the time. Having that safety net underneath is a great thing for a quarterback.
And the offense still has a couple plays to go to pick up the first on 2nd down and 3. They'll come out in the pistol. Now it's Flacco.
There we go, y'all. Get in there.
10-yard line. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Crockett Gilmore From 10 yards out, and the Ravens have taken the lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Freeman again, a first down carry.
Lock him up.
And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, it wasn't much of a gain, but we're getting near the 2-minute warning, so maybe they just want to get to that point, regroup, and decide what they want to do the rest of the half.
Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on 3rd down. So a pause here for us as well. Time to pay some bills. We're back to Baltimore after this. On 3rd down, Ryan. He sets to fire deep. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested, and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. Here we go on 4th down with Ryan.
There we go.
And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that.
Like somebody online one time. I did it, man. They took that shit to that.
It is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate. Bootleg, Flacco.
Oh.
Looking for Perriman, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
Second and 10 now. Ryan. He's going to take another shot here. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. So a second down incompletion now brings up 3rd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Kamale Correa in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. So on 4th down, the Falcons will call on Matt Bosher to punt it away. Back deep is Devin Hester. Taken from just outside the 30. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside.
Gotcha. Gotcha. 2 foot. Got 2 foot. Come on with that cover 2. Come on with that sorry cover 2. Come on with that sorry cover 2. Cover 3. You showed 2 though.
63 yards. And the Ravens are able to show off their quick strike ability. Tucker now for the extra point. And he atones for his miss the first time around, as this one is.
No. The game ain't over yet. But I don't feel this ain't enough. I ain't beat you enough. I ain't beat you yet. So, but I ain't beat you enough. Bad.
This is taken near the 13.
You talking trash.
And a nifty return there as he's all the way up past the 40-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And nearly picked off there.
Nobody
almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him. So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out and check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
From the gun on 3rd down, Ryan. And it's complete to Jacob Tamme. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
I really believe it.
Here's Matt Bosher now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And the offense will come back onto the field with a 1st and 10.
And we get the ball at halftime.
And with time running down, they go down to a knee. The Falcons going to use another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And they will take a knee here. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout.
What are you going to do?
We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. 2nd down to the offense, needing 5 yards. Another pistol look here. A running play now for Forsett. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
And that's a good sign right there as we start the third quarter. Because in the first half, not much space to run the football. And as we go into the half, we often think to ourselves, all right, what's the adjustment? What do they have to do? You know what a lot of the adjustments are? No adjustments. You know the game plan, been working on it all week. Maybe a little tweak here or there, a little bit better blocking, and now you're establishing the running game.
Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there, almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10. Second and 10. Flacco once more. Caught left side. Gilmore. Call it a 3-yard gain, and they're going to face a third down.
Well, there really wasn't much there, but a completion is a completion. A tough third down awaits them.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got a
Man, if he ain't
first down as he's up to the 48. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Another run. This time, though, Forsett. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding the clock.
Here's West. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Third down, Flacco from the gun. And this is going to be incomplete.
But sometimes you just have to take things into your own hands, don't you? I mean, the offense is really struggling in this game. They're the ones keeping things going. They have to continue to play at that level.
Now this is fielded in the end zone. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. So we get set to start this third quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker board?
Yeah, those two.
And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. On 2nd down, Freeman. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Calling a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And that's caught inside the 35. A big play there. Ryan to Jones. 42 yards. So the first connection there, Ryan to Jones, and certainly a big reason they're losing on the scoreboard.
As they go as a connection, it's Pierce, so goes the team. And they need to be on the same page, in sync. And they really wish it could have been earlier in the game. Now they've got some ground to make up.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. And now they're in the hurry-up.
Brandon, that play typifies what we've seen from the offense all day long. They've had no success getting things going. I think for the offensive coordinator, he's got to go to that side of the play sheet that says, try something different. Try some specials, something they haven't seen all day to try and get this offense kick-started. Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Nothing on that one. It'll be second down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Ryan. He goes underneath to Freeman. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. That one good for 10 yards. And that's going to make it third down and less than a yard. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the fourth. So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive. On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. And they're going to speed things up here. Now Ryan on 2nd down.
Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro.
Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now. They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing. Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out. The play clock's running down. Flacco gives to Forsett. And he'll be a couple yards
Ran to my man. Ran to my man.
8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got. Throwing here on first down. Flacco. He's going to float this one deep right side. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
Fuck out of here, man. Go see right there.
And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here? They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline? So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down. Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. He's going to try and go deep again. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down. Well, an incomplete pass certainly doesn't look like a good play. For the guy throwing it today, as many interceptions he's thrown, he's got to feel a sigh of relief that the ball actually hit the ground and didn't go in the other direction. Ryan. Flushed out right. He finds Coleman. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup. It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get the 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
I don't come about like I did.
There, incomplete. It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion. A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. Flush to his right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
You can feel the anguish all the way up here. It certainly looked like he had that one in the end zone, open, unable to hold on to it.
On third down, Ryan. He's going to let it go again. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a fourth pick of the game. And now fourth down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Here we go. It's Ryan on fourth down. And no, it's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Sliding out of the pocket, and he finds a man on a crossing route. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. Flacco from midfield. They'll set up the screen for Forsett. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4.
He didn't got so much awareness to keep up with it.
You know the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Yeah, good blocking eventually. But first it's good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a fourth down. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. That's taken on the 25. 12 yards on the return that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
And we'll see if they go back to base. They go play action now. Ryan escaping the pressure right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. They were looking that time to get it to Justin Hardy. And it'll be 3rd and 10.
There's no shyness there pushing the ball downfield, but I like the coverage on the play. In good position. And when you have a 50-50 ball, who's going to come down with it? I like the way they made the play. Came across and knocked it away.
Here's Ryan, eluding the pressure right. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted.
Dang.
And that should do it. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
Whoa, Flacco's going to throw. Backing up. He's going to float this one deep right side. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Desmond Trufant. And that will write a finish to this ball game. Well, there were times where this felt more like a soccer match. Just not a lot of offense. Really good defensive battle, though.
You kept wondering if one of the teams would break out today. Neither one of them really did. One got just enough points to win the game. Excellent defensive football.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens are victorious here as we say so long from Baltimore.
It's gonna rain. Don't worry, girl, it won't change a thing. Yeah, we still got plans tonight. We're gonna kick it, that's a given, baby, rain and shine. Leave you Sunday best, and it won't be the last time you wear what you got on. Bikini top, cut off jeans. Baby girl, you know you looking mean. She said, how we gonna make it through the mud hole? Won't you think you got swampers on my truck phone? Somebody get down in the dirty south.
Like you. Where's y'all
Somebody get down.
like us? I'm like, ain't that much.
It's just somebody good old flood. Watching down red clay turn to mud. Slick it up, slap past the doors like a new paint job on a 4x4. Girl, you gonna have a good old time. Can't let a little bit of rain change your mind. Let your hair down, kick off in boots. Once in your life, let yourself cut loose.
I'm saying, man. I told y'all to do something. You not even there when he put him on the line, bro. So I don't... Yeah, okay. Don't really come fair. Warlow. Okay.
Somebody get down in the dirty south. About to show you what it's all about. Don't worry.